Welcome to the IE427 garage, everybody. Today we're working on the Coupe, and I mistakenly last night said I didn't get anything done on the Coupe, but I actually did, and it just kind of slipped my mind. So come right back, we'll show you what's going on with the Coupe. So yesterday, Sunday, we finished off the last video, and I made a post on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and I said I didn't get anything done on the Coupe, which was a little bit misleading. Let's say I got mostly nothing done on the Coupe. I did actually get one thing done on the Coupe, and we've been working for our friends over at Alternative Hose at their Anaheim store the last couple weeks, and we had to work Saturday. So while we were there, I had this one fitting that I needed for the Coupe that probably came with the master cylinder, but because of all the parts and inventory issues that we've had since this car showed up here, I couldn't find it. I don't know where it is. So I just kind of figured, you know, the next time I'm out at one of the Alternative Hose stores, I'll go ahead and I'll see if they can help me out with this fitting. And sure enough, Mike was there to kind of let us in on Saturday, let us do our thing. He and his wife Julie kind of held the store down on Saturday while we were there working, and they made good time of their time there, and they were doing some stuff because the store is going through a facelift, let's say. Anyways, this is the fitting that I could not find in all of our inventory stuff. So it's this fitting right here. And I don't know what the thread size is. You know, I didn't even bother asking Mike what it was. I just brought him the fitting that I had that fit in there that adapted this to a double inverted flare. So it would be, you know, this kind of 3/8 double inverted flare fitting here that would come out of it. The fitting I had in here was a straight, and these are 90s, of course. Now, this is for our clutch. And I had this fitting. This is a 90-degree fitting that I found in the Willwood box of the parts that we got here at the shop. But I didn't have a fitting to go in here that would adapt this to AM3. So while we were working on stuff, Mrs. IE427 and I, at the Anaheim store, I showed Mike the fittings that I had and what I wanted to do, and he went ahead and he found the fitting. He goes, well, this is the one you need right here. He even double checked it against you know, one of the couplings that he had there, and both the fitting that I brought him and the one that he provided me screwed in there, no problem. And so this is the fitting we need. And I brought that back to the shop, and on Sunday I installed it, and I mistakenly forgot that I had put it in there. So it's that part's all done now. Nothing's tight. I mean, I have the fitting in here, that goes directly into the Masters that's tight, but this fitting right here, the 90 is not tight yet, because we're going to have to run our AM3 steel braided line through the foot box and out through the same slot in the side of the foot box we have there for our other brake lines. So we'll run it through there, and then once that's all done, we'll get our heat and sound mat and grommet around it and stuff like that. But so that's what I did yesterday. Today, what I've been working on is figuring out what I'm going to do with this panel here. Now, I ordered some 040 aluminum. I ordered 2 sheets, and normally out of each one of those sheets, I think I get 5 or 6. Is it 6? I think it's 6. No, I get 5 drop boxes out of it. And the last cutoff is wider than I need for a drop box. It just so happens that it's going to be the right size for this panel that we need to make a new one of. And I've got that ordered. It should be here tomorrow. And the delivery driver for our metal supply place is usually pretty much the same time for every delivery. So he'll be here somewhere between 10:30 and noon is kind of where we fit into his delivery schedule. So I'll have that tomorrow, and hopefully as I make all the sheets smaller, I actually cut the sheets into smaller manageable sizes. Basically I make blanks so that I can put them in the stomp shear and size them to the proper size that I need for all the parts. I'll just go ahead and I'll make that piece. I'll at least get the rough cut out of it done. Maybe not the holes, maybe not the notching, but at least the general outline of the panel done tomorrow when I have the tables and everything set outside to make the other panels more manageable. So that's kind of what I got done last night, and I'm still working on the inside panels of the car here. I'm fussing around with this one because I think what I'm going to do is, now that our adhesive is dried, I'm probably going to drill out the pop rivets that are in the center where this panel gets fastened down, the firewall panel, and I'm going to use those holes and put the same holes in this front tunnel piece, so that I don't have a bunch of extra holes in the tubing. So I'll probably get that done tonight, and then probably tomorrow night, if I get the panels taken care of in the early afternoon, what I can do is I can get started on our ground studs. So I want to get a ground stud put in somewhere in here, and I want to get a ground stud put out here where our engine is. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to put it on the engine mount. So I know that Factory 5 wants you to put it, right over in here where the battery box is, but I'm thinking I'll be better served if I put it over here on the engine mount somewhere. So that'll make a good spot for me to go from that ground to the engine block, and then from there to the battery, and then from there for whatever else I need ground-wise out here in the engine compartment. So I'm thinking I'm going to work on getting those done tomorrow if I have time after I get those aluminum panels cut down to size. So that's kind of where I'm at tonight. I think it's already dinner time. Yeah, it's already like 6:15. So dinner's usually around 7 o'clock. So I've got 45 minutes or so left here in the shop. I'm honestly going to spend a little bit of time cleaning up because as I was fabricating some drop boxes over the weekend, I just completely destroyed the inside of the shop. So there's just stuff everywhere, and I want to take care of that before I continue with any work, because it's getting hard to find tools when I've got, stuff just everywhere, including inside the car. So I want to take care of that, and then I'll be back with you guys tomorrow night. All right, so today I actually managed to get that back piece for the coupe cut out. Still got to do the notches for the holes and stuff like that, but I got a load of aluminum today, and I figured while I had the the table outside to cut those panels down, cut the pieces down, because they come in 12-foot sheets, that I go ahead and get that piece cut. But I got a little sidetracked today. We want to start getting ready for our trip, and so I've got 2 of the trailer tires off. So those are the aluminum trailer wheels. These tires right here are dated 2018. So we got away with it on our last trip, but I'm not going to push my luck. I've got 2 of my spares on here, which are also that same vintage. So those are both 2018, but I'll keep those as spares for the trailer. I've got 2 more spares inside, and the 2 spares that I have inside are LT tires. So I don't know how well the light's going to do in here. Not well, but these are LT tires. So these are Kumo, and these are a 215 75 15. So these are a load range D. I just ordered 2 more of these from my buddy Scott over at Tucker Tires, and he's getting 2 of these on order for me, so they'll be ready probably in the next day or 2. Then I'll take those wheels down, they'll take those old tires off and replace them with the new, and they'll go on the trailer. But these will stay as spares. And then on the far side of the trailer, or on the other side of it, I've got LT tires over there as well, and I can't remember which brand they are, but that's these over here. Oh, these are Pirellis. So these are Pirelli 225 75 15s, and I'm not sure what the date is on these. Let's see if I can find it real quick. These are 2019, but I don't have a problem with these because, again, they're LT tires. And the problem with trailer tires is they're not meant to steer. And I know there's going to be someone out there say, well, they don't steer. You don't have a steering wheel for them. Yeah, but especially when there are tandems in the back, or maybe 3 sets of wheels and tires on both sides. As you're turning, the wheels are scrubbing. That's turning. And every tire that I've had fail, trailer tire that I've had fail, has been a tread separation. And so the only thing that I can point to is the fact that they're trailer tires and they don't steer. Where LT tires are meant to go either on a steer axle or a straight axle, it doesn't matter. Or drive axle is what you'd call it. So I've got the 2 spare tires on here now. They'll go back in the trailer when I get the new ones, and then we'll be pretty much ready for our trip trailer wise. Still got to clean the trailer out. Gonna have to get the car ready because it's all dusty, and I got to get the truck all taken care of. But this is where I'm at today, and I figured I'd do it in the afternoon because it was like 80 degrees here today, and it's late February, so I didn't want to sweat at midday with the sun beating down on me, so at least I got some shade. I got those switched out right now, and then I think I'm going to have Scotty over at the tire store have his driver drop them off at the house. I'll take him there, pay for the tires, and then the next time the driver's out in this area, he'll just drop the tires off for me, and that'll save me a trip back out to Covina. But that's what I'm doing today. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. You know, you don't understand how outstanding someone is until they're gone. And we recently lost Dan, our machinist. And so I've been searching for a new machinist, and I have secured a machinist, but isn't quite living up to the expectations that I had. But I spent a good part of the day today dealing with machine parts, and got back to the shop here, and I'm working on some of the aluminum panels. So I've got what we got back from the powder coater, got this panel and this panel kind of set in place, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, we kind of need to figure out what we're going to do to make these panels removable and cohesive, so that at least on these panels that are exposed, like that are in your face when the bonnet comes up, that one, they look nice, and 2, that they all match. And so I'm going back and forth whether we should just continue with the rivet theme, because the owner has told me that he wants me to use the aluminum silver colored rivets, which is fine. I've never done it that way. We've always used the colored rivets with colored panels, but it offers a good contrast, and we've got so much black and silver throughout the rest of the engine bay that it kind of just makes sense. So I'm not questioning whether the rivets will work in the majority of the spots, but I'm just wondering if maybe we should do some stainless steel button heads for these panels that are all on the top, or what. So I'm going to have to discuss that with the car owner, and we'll figure it out. I started working on this panel tonight, and I'm not going to get it finished. So I'm probably going to carry this over into the next video and work on getting this panel cut out. You can see I've got it all kind of patterned, so I know where I have to make my relief cuts, and I've got the access hole kind of patterned out there. You can see I've got the holes that I transferred through from the other panel onto this one, and I'm hoping that at least that they're close, so that when I go to drill them, I'll drill them with a 16th inch bit, so that it's quite a bit smaller, half size. And then as I send the drill bit through into the chassis, that the drill bit will usually pull the drill bit over to match the corresponding hole in the chassis, and we'll see how that works out, because I really want to get that panel in place. Now keep in mind, that's all going to be covered with heat and sound mat and carpet, so it doesn't have to be, you know, perfect, but again, I want to make it at least 99%. That's my goal on any of these cars. I want the quality of these cars that I'm building to be, you know, that much better than every other car that's out there. So I really want to get that panel right. And once I get the panel in place, then I can you know, cut the access hole for our drop trunk in the trunk area of the car. I've been, you know, stymied on this since I made the box, basically. I made the box because I needed to make another one for someone that was interested in one specifically for the Coupe, and so I kind of R&D'd a box that would fit with the dimensions that we had, but I never had the panel, and so I could never install it in the car. Now, I have heard back from the customer or customers that I've sold these boxes to, and they've all made them fit, but I want to confirm, you know, that the dimensions that I have are going to work for, you know, everybody that has a Coupe. One other thing is I pre-fit the battery box to figure out my hardware. So I've got, or the battery tray. So I've got the battery tray in there. You can see it right down here. And let's see if I can get them from the other side over here, because that's just a shitty angle to see it at. So right through here, you can see our battery tray kind of in there, and I've sized the bolts. I'm going to get 2 inch long, no, 2 1/4 inch long, 1/4-20 stainless steel with stainless steel nylon locking nuts, and that's for the battery tray with the spacers that we have. And then I also figured out the hardware for our wire weight covers up here. These are going to be 1.5 inches. Again, we're going to do these in stainless. And for those, I need 2 stop nuts on each one. So I need a stop nut at the bottom, stop nut where the back of the wire weight cover is, and then I need an acorn nut on the top. And I'm going to see if I can find black acorn nuts. If the local hardware store that we use doesn't have them, I'm going to see if maybe I can search them online. I've been using a bolt company for the turn signals that is, you know, one of these online sources for bolts and hardware. And so far they've delivered really well. So I may try them to see if they've got some black hardware acorn nuts for that, because I think that'll look better. We've got enough contrast going on with the stacks and all that, that to just make those black and make them blend in, I think is going to be better. But I think I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to continue, you know, working on the Coupe. Tomorrow I really want to get to welding those studs in place for our grounds, and I want to get that panel for the back trunk area done. But my day just kind of went to shit today. Anyways, if you're enjoying the content here, please do the like, the share, the subscribe, all that kind of stuff. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.